Sale Shyvana. We'll see where it is, but he is in the top lane.
Well, crazy things are happening, at least for game number 1. IG versus Vici, and already we've gone quite literally topsy-turvy. Azir banned out there by IG. Is Vici going to wait for their next ban spawn? Don't know if you guys caught the one, but that was a facepalm.
Yeah, so Danny may be struggling to figure out how to ban champions because he hasn't done it in so long. Being a jungler, you don't often get the privilege of being able to control all the power for your team.
I wonder what language his client's in, because that's a potential concern if it's in Chinese. Although Dandy, I believe, a student of many languages, does speak decent conversational Chinese at least. Nope, he's forgotten. Never mind. He's like, Coach, you needed to be here. He wasn't. Kalista banned by IG, but Dandy going to hang out. I mean, actually, it could be a penalty for not fielding a starting roster because Dandy's randomly here.
That's what I'm assuming it is, that they've not fielded their starting lineup. They've been penalized and they've lost a couple of bans. So we'll see how this one works out. They are running down the clock right now. See a couple of giggles coming through. That's, of course, IG's lineup. You see the awesome glasses. They are so good.
They are great here. Kikao's hair, not too bad. Definitely sitting in the mid-tier as far as hair rankings go. So Vici going to run that clock out. Seem to have been penalized for not fielding their starting roster in time here. I don't know if Dandy's going to be in the top lane for game number 2, but whatever happens, I really hope he plays Rumble.
Yeah, now that you've said it, I really want him to pull it out again, especially against something like Zatai. If he is able, could you imagine the world where Dandy pulls out Rumble, Zatai locks in Fizz, and then Dandy just smashes it? That would be great.
I mean, if IG want to first pick Maokai, and that's not the worst first pick as well, they could potentially see Dandy get the counter matchup that we saw in just our last game. But IG going to consider their last ban. Always interesting when only one team gets to ban here or teams lose bans, what the draft strategy becomes. But IG on the blue side going to get a really good first pick here.
Yeah, and there is only one champion that IG can pick that annoys me. And that is Maokai, because I have this guy called Pokemon sitting on the bench, and he's a real good Maokai player. So that is the only thing that I refuse to let IG pick for Zatai. He can play anything else. Take Lenar up there. Take Sion even, but do not pick yourself, Maokai, please.
I mean, all jokes aside, Zatai's actually been, again, like a decent role-playing top laner, but also has carry potential. His Maokai's just fine here as Vici seem to be running down the clock once more. That's going to give IG their choice of the first few picks. And IG's bans, of course, the only ones here. Very obvious first thing to note, every jungler is open as Zatai flashes Dandy a Rengar.
Yeah, exactly right. So we'll have to see what they want to go with exactly. Olaf being hovered right now, so is Vel'Koz. I want to talk about Olaf a little bit. I think he's good, but probably not going to see him
He's
instead.
a couple of hovers. I think teams are at least thinking about it, but Gragas is the first pick.
Yeah, he's really strong right now. Not even much to say about it right now. He just does everything so well. Strong early, really strong mid. He needs to go to bed.
I mean, you see Kakao, he's like, yep, I got Gragas, guys. Don't even need to be awake for this game because, yeah, the jungler's power is just off the charts. I think we've at least agreed between ourselves that we think he's the best first pick.
Yeah, exactly right. I think that like there is S tiers, and right now he is the only S tier jungler. I think that there are very high first tier junglers like Rek'Sai, like the fact that you can pick up things like Nunu, and he fills a very niche role, but is very good at it. But Gragas does a lot of things really well.
Well, we do, again, have quite a few champions left open. Azir ban, but of course, the standard Cassiopeia response not there. So Vici gonna troll me and swap instead. Alistar, Rek'Sai is their first two.
Yeah, really strong frontline. The reason being, both have knockups. So Merc Treads all of a sudden deprioritized because Vici Gaming going to be able to CC you regardless.
And that could be top Rek'Sai as well. That was actually the IG special, taking the Rek'Sai and picking the Evelynn away for Kakao, but Gragas locked in means it's very likely a Gragas jungle. Could see support, but with a Janna hover, that's less and less likely. IG presumably have their jungle here. Going to consider their next few picks, but Vici definitely leaving themselves some powerful picks, but some flexible ones as well.
Yeah, exactly right. So we'll have to see exactly where the Rek'Sai does go. Of course, Mate going to be picking up the Alistar. Janna has been seeing a lot more play because Alistar, during the combo, you just release your Tornado, take the AD carry out of the fight, and all of a sudden it's very much back to equal. But we'll see exactly how this ends up. All of a sudden, Hecarim, he can take Smite.
He can.
He was a jungler.
He was at one point. I mean, Dandy, I'm sure, at least has some experience with Hecarim.
Everyone has experience in top lane. It's where you get left in solo queue when your last pick at the moment.
I hate that feeling so much. I know you love it, Mr. Top Laner you, but not fun for me. As Vici considering their options, I mean, these are fine picks as far as current meta trends go. Again, very hard to chart Dandy given that he's currently playing top lane for his team based on position there in the draft. But Hecarim going to come in. Jinx will be in as well. Some strong picks now for Vici.
Yeah.
Oh, trolled. It's Vayne.
Vayne being picked up here, and we see straight away that is a pick that I'm expecting to see. Although I want to see Nah, but I so think that he is going to go Fizz.
He might. I mean, why not here against Dandy? Again, Zatai has shown a lot of promise bullying people around in certain matchups. He destroyed a Maokai, actually. I can't even remember who it was, unfortunately, because of how soundly Zatai beat him playing full damage Fizz. We've seen some successful Fizz. Has actually seen quite a lot of play in this season of the LPL alone. ID considering some assassins. We'll give them time because Kid and Zatai, they have pretty deep pockets when it comes to champions.
Yeah, they certainly do. I think it was long out of UP that he was able to take the Fizz up in the top lane and really do some work with. And it looks like it'll be Fizz again. And Orianna being locked in for the 3rd time for Rookie in the mid lane.
I mean, Rookie's Orianna up there with Godfrey. Maybe not quite there on the level, but Rookie a fantastic player and playing a champion that he's very competent with. The thing I actually like about this quite a lot with top Fizz specifically, our biggest complaint with Fizz in the mid, and he's quite good there in certain matchups, is that he just doesn't have any wave clear. So put him in the top lane, give your mid laner a standard wave clear mid laner like Orianna, and all of a sudden you don't have that problem.
Yeah, exactly right. Throw Sivir in there for good measure. Wave clear for days. Rookie still hasn't died on Orianna. 3-0-7 on 2 games.
Pretty good.
Immortal coming through there.
So far.
Best impressions coming through from a certain Korean mid laner that I'm not going to mention, but he's really good at not dying as well.
He is, and there we go. Actually, Varus picked up there, which means...
Mid lane Varus.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. Thank you. Yes, mid lane Varus. We've seen it time and time again today already. For some reason, I got confused. But Dandy on the Hecarim, Xuan, their sub-mid lane, are going to be on the Varus. And we saw a little bit of this comp from LGD yesterday, the Varus Vayne. That is kind of solid. Get a Varus ult set up for your Vayne. Make sure she free hits targets. But when it doesn't work, it falls apart swiftly.
Yeah, it certainly does. And we'll have to see whether Xuan in the mid lane can really go to work and start bullying the lane out, because we've already seen control mid laner mage in the form of Azir, Orianna, going up against Varus, and it went in Varus' favor, so we'll see if it happens again.
That's a tie with the Fizz up against top lane Dandy for a game more too. Who knows here for Vici. Kakao, though, back on the Gragas versus Hatong, their normal mid laners, jungle Rek'Sai.
Yeah, so we'll have to see how Hatong goes with that one. Rookie versus Xuan in the mid lane. It's going to be Orianna versus Varus, and if we've seen anything today, it's that Varus does extremely well against control maids, although Orianna does a lot of damage.
I'm actually really curious about that matchup because, again, Varus is picking up popularity. Orianna is very popular as well. We rounded out as well, of course, Sivajana there for Kid and Kitties. And I missed the last support. I apologize.
Zane Alistair coming through.
Oh, a classic. Fortunately, not nearly as good as it used to be.
Yeah, no, it definitely isn't, because the range on a headbutt used to be probably twice the length. So you could just set up the Condemn from across the map, nearly, but not there anymore.
Condemn used to do thousands upon thousands of damage.
That was the days where you didn't know what to max on Vayne. You were like, this champion does everything.
She did do everything.
I'm building Madred's Blood Razor.
Oh, man. I alienated like 85% of our audience with that comment. No one but you and I know what that is. No, there's a couple more people out there.
I hope so.
We've played League for a long time, haven't we?
We certainly have.
Far too long.
Yeah.
It's been a long night as well, but the games have been great, honestly. The last series was fantastic. I'm expecting this one to be good as well, because if nothing else, we get to see Dandy playing top lane.
This is going to be entertaining, if nothing else, because Dandy going off against the tie will be fun to watch, because I don't think that Dandy will shy away from the one-on-one.
Well, we are going to find out. Let's see what happens. And welcome onto the Rift for our final best of 2 of the evening, but our first game. And if you're just tuning in, welcome to the LPL, and you are missing, or you're not missing, I guess if you just tuned in, that would be the one. Fun stuff coming through. Vici have completely swapped everything around for whatever reason, and Dandy's in the top lane, and the Tong is in the jungle, and I don't know how to feel anymore, Spawn.
Dandy's done one thing right already, and that is pick the good Hecarim skin. Get rid of Arcade.
He does have a smite there as well, looking very handsome.
So glorious.
Dandy already impressing you with his sick top lane skin mechanics. And, I mean, again, Dandy has a lot of experience as a player. We've heard about his Rumble. We're not going to see it this game. There's still hope in game number 2. But top lane should be a blast. A tie on Fizz versus Dandy's Hecarim.
Yeah, and Dandy, he's not gone for any potion, so he probably going for the boots. Start coming in there, be able to pick up the double golems or the Krugs, whatever they're called now, with the Hecarim, and then be able to grab it. Still back in
season 1 with Madred's Blood Razor, I see.
Yeah.
As the Tong's going to get some help on the Grot with Martin. And listen, we are going to break out into standard lanes.
Yeah, so standard lanes coming through here. Dandy versus Zatai. I never thought I would get the luxury of saying that, but what an anticipate. Dandy's going to die.
Nope. Dandy's not going to die.
Oh, that was so close.
Dandy knows what's up. It's okay. He's definitely practiced this before.
He smited so late. I don't know what he was doing.
He's used to in the jungle, maybe. He's like, I have to secure this camp. He's also stuck in Season 1. I mean, you know, I do like that there are actually 2 smites in the top lane there as well. We could potentially see Zatai outsmite Dandy for a buff, which would be awesome.
That would be great.
But Dandy's going to have a high-level smite throughout the entire game. He's going to feel at least relatively comfortable.
Yeah, so both burning teleport to get up there. Dandy actually went with the cloth armor and no extra potions. So not going to do much as, wow, Cacal's also getting really low in the jungle. But bottom lane being shoved in already by this Janna Sivir combo.
Yeah, level 2 hit there for IG's duo, so they'll be ahead here slightly. Rookie playing up into Xuan. I like this a lot in the early stages. Orianna, Rookie loves to outlane people. He's very good at it as well, but you need to get ahead early in this sort of matchup.
Yeah, you certainly do, and Dandy already putting down the pain in the top lane, making sure he's got that Q stacking up, burning the cooldown at will, because doesn't draw aggro. That's why you see harassment coming through so often from top lane Hecarims. There's a little bit of a zone now set up by Mata and Endless.
And Cacao managing to keep himself alive, by the way. Don't worry too much. Smiting away his red buff, getting a bit of extra health back there. And he will finish his jungle low, but still alive. So no deaths, no executions yet here in the early stages as Dandy can't get away from the jungle, has to take the Scuttle Crab.
Yeah, you certainly do, especially whilst you have the Krug passive. So easy to take it because you get the stun through, you start doing full damage to it because it loses all its resist. No longer a tanky bug, and you can smite it away.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Dandy did. So double smites here for Vici. Again, have to think that it benefits the jungler now playing on the top side, but Zatai and Dandy going to go head-to-head. Level 4 for Zatai, but Dandy gets the better of the trade and thinks about going back in.
Yeah, and then he thinks he's getting ganked and doesn't know what to do and runs around in circles. But Zatai playing with fire there, going to be able to shut up the lane, get a free shot.
I love that as well, because you know Dandy's thinking, all right, if this is me watching this lane, I would definitely be ganking me right now.
Yeah, exactly right. Especially if I was Gragas, I have my flash body slap.
I mean, smart from Dandy to at least play safe. Does fall a bit behind in CS as a result, but Endless has now pushed the lane back in with the help of Mata as well. Although Gragas now going to come down, Endless just gets out of the tornado range.
Yeah, this is a really hard lane to gank if you are Gragas, however, because as you body slam, you can actually be shoved backwards. Alistair Headbutt wins a lot of those weird trades, and that Gragas is one of them.
It does. Has some sick priority, and it's part of the reason the Alistar displacement effects from his headbutt especially are so valued from the support role. Alistar's been a rising champion the last month or so, it feels like, and we have a gank here from Hatong potentially as Xuan having a bit of trouble early on against Rookie.
Yeah, so see whether he can get in there. Cacao waiting in the wings.
Doesn't get spotted. Pro Seeker only hits onto Rookie. So Cacao, safe for now, going to look for the flash body slam. Goes in, massive double slam. And that's first blood for Rookie. Hitong going to get chased out here as well. Will not fall, but Cacao and Rookie still the same duo.
And I love how Cacao does that. If you go back and break down how he did it, his body slam stopped and then he flashed because it guarantees you the instant knockup because the actual end range as I'll stop.
Yep, knockup's coming in again as Mata goes aggressive down the bottom, but Kid going to lose a bit of trade there to Endless.
All right, so what a lot of people don't know is the traveling particle of body slam is actually narrower than the end of body slam. When you come to a stop, your hitbox is bigger. So body slam the whole way and then flash and you'll get both the targets majority of the time, and that's exactly what Cacao did.
And we've seen that so many times, the flash cancelling plays from junglers setting up ganks for Cacao, just that bit better at it than everyone else. As Kitties gets condemned into a wall. Mata going old school on the combo, gets the pulverize and a tongue. He's down here, but IG have a ward in the brush and know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, so scouting that one out, but all of a sudden Vayne's starting to get ahead in a lane matchup, and that's never good. This is the pseudo counter pick. And I say pseudo very loosely because Vayne can start losing this matchup if she's not careful. But so far, Endless doing a great job.
I mean, it's sort of two different playstyles, right? Kid obviously has the wave clear advantage, should have any sort of proactive advantage just generally from Boomerang Blade and Ricochet, but Vayne, any sort of all-in or trade, and Vayne's going to win the duel every time.
Yeah, she also gets the luxury of going Blade of the Ruined King, the dueling item first, which means that you can start hunting the Sivir down because Sivir overextends so much, and generally the length of the lane is enough for Vayne to kill you. So that's when the real advantage should come through. As long as they stay equal or slightly behind until that time, you think that Endless has got the lane he wants.
Ooh, returning back to our top lane. Seems like Tank Fizz might be back here for Zatai. He's got a Barmy Cinder already. Gonna look for the Cinderhawk first, which I guess he'd probably do anyway. Dandy maybe going for a quick home guard, though. Actually has a Ninja Tabi already completed.
Yeah, so this is what Zatai did last time around. Went Cinderhawk, into the Frozen Heart, into the CDR boots, picked himself up all that cooldown reduction as Mata going for a gank mid.
Nice roam here, actually. Ulti lands, but Rookie cleanses it. Can't cleanse these knockups, so headbutts, double knockups. Great shockwave. Might actually keep Rookie. Nope, never mind. Not alive as the tongue snipes him with a Prey Seeker.
Wow, is that the AP? No, it's not. Hatong did a lot of damage with that Prey Seeker, though, and was able to get the skill shots down pat. No surprise there coming through, and Schwan, he gets a little bit of respite in this mid lane.
Nice ult there as well to set that up, despite Rookie's very clutch cleanse. Wasn't enough from the nice Mata Roman. You know what, maybe Hatong accent left his mid lane page on there or something, because that did do a lot of damage as Kid getting aggressed, but now John is going to get knocked up, condemned into the wall, Silverbot's down, and Kitty's heal, exhaust, and the shield there to keep her safe, but Jana does not fall this time.
Yeah, so Jana manages to keep Flash as well, so a lot used in the bottom lane. No summoner spells available for Vici, is set for the heal coming out of Endless, and you're right, quick home guard. Dandy galloping gloriously back to lane.
Looking very magnificent there as he does return, even on CS actually against the tie, so keeping competitive so far, and we'll get back to lane quickly. That's the nice thing about early home guard. I think it's more of a preference thing. I see a lot of Korean top laners do it and not as many Chinese top laners, so maybe Dandy just learning from his brothers.
Yeah, so I really like home guards early on the top lane. It means that you can be as aggressive as you want. You can get back to lane really early, and Hatong, he's started to do this dragon, but it's in full vision. Might be in some trouble.
Looks to be in trouble here. Is no, not yet. Just going to pull it out, actually. Making sure it's got a bit more space to work with. They can still see it, though, Ken IG. Not quite reacting yet, but Kitties will rotate in. Kind of give it up that, hey, we do have it watered, stop the dragon. And Hatong will respectfully pull away.
Yeah, but that's a lot of damage he's taken, and now with Rookie repetitively shoving mid, Cacao looking for an invade on the blue buff.
And I can't believe you just said Rookie repetitively shoving mid in this matchup. That's quite impressive to me here for the Orianna, but seems to go a little bit better as Cacao wants the blue steal, might buy Mata instead, gonna try and steal it and get out, but gets headbutted back in. Cacao does get the blue, Hatong kind of gets stunned up, but Dandy's already teleported down, and ultimates to keep him safe, and Kid's here as well. Spell shields the arrow, and now fight's going to break out the tie. He's caught onto Dandy. He is going to go down to Kid. Very well played by Invictus Gaming.
Yeah, IG pick up a kill, and they're going to be able to rotate into a first dragon, and that was just Hatong overstaying on the dragon. They pinged it out so many times, and he knew that they knew that he was doing it because he pulled it out, then stuck around, took another 3 shots, just way too much damage, and IG make him pay.
So good teleports there, answered by Zatai. Dandy came in first, but did have his ultimate, but couldn't find the best spot to use it by the looks of things. As we look down, Rookie, he has a Fiendish Codex and a Tear of the Goddess.
Yeah, so I don't know whether this is like an early arm guard thing, although it doesn't look like it because he's got a Fiendish Codex on top of it, but a max mana build coming through for Orianna.
I think it's the same sort of principle, but obviously comes later. Like, the shield's great. It does help you defend in these matchups, and Athene's just isn't that good, so you need a mana item. I mean, it's not quite arm guard as far as early protection goes, but I think Rookie just feels safe.
Yeah, so maybe from here he goes like the Seraphs into the Zhonyas, and then he has a huge effective health pool with some armor behind him, which will keep him very safe against a triple AD, quad AD composition. So not really any AP to worry about per se. So it could be the case, although I think Morellonomicon into Deathcap still probably better because of the double dipping scaling.
Yeah, they could do that as well. I mean, it's nice and flexible. Seraphs is just a nice defensive item when there's a lot of AD and you don't really want arm guard just yet. It's a bit more powerful, kind of acts like kind of like a couple blasting ones fused together, so not quite a death cap, but gives you a decent amount of AP and enough protection, but not as much as Zhonya's.
And Mata up in the top lane, but Zatai soloing out Dandy.
Going in there. Dandy uses his ulti. Mata here just in time. Smite for Dandy to keep him alive, but Zatai gonna play for trickster in. Endless is here as well, and Zatai feels robbed as Vayne takes the kill.
Yeah, so 3 members appear top lane, and all of a sudden Zatai's like, that is cheating, dude. I don't know what just happened, but I feel like I should have killed you.
Well, Dandy survived, so that 1v1 that he really wanted, not going to come just yet for Zatai as Dandy calls his goons into the top lane to do the dirty work. But Vici with a nice rotation might just get a turret out of it.
Yeah, so they're looking to shove in there. Cacao up trying to cover, but Rookie gets a good ward in there, doesn't face check. Mata looking for a dive, however.
I mean, at this point, Alistar level 6, this is a great time for Mata to start roaming, and you can see the early mobility boats really playing into that as well. Dandy even going to swap down to the bottom side. This is...
Yeah, Kid's in trouble.
Yeah, good lane swap, honestly, for Vici. I mean, Dragon's not up. They don't have to worry about that. Really smart stuff.
Yeah, Kid going down there against... He was looking at Dandy right then, and he's got already Ninja Tabby. He's got a lot of movement speed, and he had some... no, he doesn't have a Skirmishing Saber. I was going to say Skirmishing Saber would have topped that off because he would have done negative damage coming into that.
Yeah, Saber pretty strong at this point. You can see Zatai's already completed his with the Cinderhawk enchantment, so looking good there. Rookie going to keep clearing out minions here. Actually, Sork Shoes early on for a bit more power in lane. Again, we talk about it a lot. Rookie loves to bully people in lanes, and Schwan, the new mid laner here for Vici, one of their subs, almost 20 CS behind in this matchup.
Yeah, and the other reason is straight line skill shot's very hard to dodge unless you have movement speed, and it's a hard stat to pick up unless you grab your boots too nice and early. So I actually really agree with that pickup coming out of Rookie. I think it's a really smart pickup against Varus in the mid lane, and we'll see how it works out. But the swap back comes through. Dandy just dodged for one level, and now he's up on Zatai.
Yeah, kind of an interesting swap back there, but Vici maybe a bit too optimistic to get the turret there. And I guess moving back to Sork Shoes for just a second, I agree. It's even, you know, additional benefits. Helps you wave clear, helps you dueling. Just a good early item.
Yeah, it certainly is. And you know, Zatai, he wants to go, and he does. He bites.
Does fish in once again, but Hetong is waiting, and Zatai knows it already. Rookie, he's called his goons up this time in Cacao. Ulti's Dandy back in. He wants to try and take him out. Zatai, hungry for blood. The ball goes in. Shockwave lands in onto both. Rookie, what magnificent play in Hetong. He's going to make it double.
Yeah, Rookie able to pick up 2 kills. In the end, he'll lose his mid turret for it, but Zatai would be laughing his head off right now because he baited the heck out of that. He knew the jungler was up there, and Chuan, he can't even grab it. Not enough attack speed.
No, Rookie's going to be here in time and start wave clearing back here. Varus, we've seen the strong poke and wave clear. He usually does chunk out the turrets, but not enough. That means IG find themselves up 1,500 gold and a dragon here in the early stages, and things looking good so far.
Yeah, so far, Vici Gaming, they've been able to kill Rookie once. That's 1,000,000%, and definitely more than what WE was able to in the first time these guys met, and he was able to take the Orianna. But right now, 3-1-0, able to build a CS lead as well, with a couple of pretty good roams coming through. Rookie really in control of this mid lane matchup.
And here comes that Morello Nomicon he talked about as well. Again, Athene's just not that attractive here at this stage, but you still want your CDR and your damage. Morello Nomicon, a good aggressive item for Rookie. He's going to keep stacking that tier as well, and look around maybe 20, 25 minutes here for Rookie. He's going to be very strong in that mid game.
Yeah, he certainly is. And you know, the amount of time, if he's maxing Q, which, yeah, he definitely is there, he's just going to be moving the ball so much that the Q stacks without you even really worrying about it. So going to be able to get the max benefits out of that as Cacao tries to steal away another blue buff.
Last time this happened, IG got a dragon out of it. So I like this deal a lot from Cacao. I think I love Cacao best when he's in the enemy jungle, and he's been doing it quite a bit here as Rookie walks in and gets... No, it's Cacao that smited it away.
Yeah, Cacao smited away. It's about another 50 seconds on the blue buff on the other side of the map, so Rookie will get his eventually. Tier as well as Nomicon. He's not really suffering for mana right now, more just a cooldown reduction, and there is a pink ward on it, so they knew when it started up, but wow.
Yeah, Zatai really wants to fight Dandy at all points, but Hecarim, he does need to keep scaling here, and Fizz, he's a weird champion, especially in this sort of tank mode that Zatai seems to like quite a bit. Dandy is going to safely recall, home guard his way back to the lane as well. Has a Cinder now, so a bit stronger there is the Hecarim, but Fizz still a lane bully. In top and mid, he's still able to really give it to some of these later game, more scaling laners.
Yeah, and I thought it was a one-off thing. Now I'm going to really go dig for the Rune Pager users because he doesn't take any magic pen or any... I don't know if he takes magic pen, but he doesn't take any ability power coming through there.
Cacao's actually found Dandy though as well, who's trying to do a bit more jungling. He wants to go back to his home, but Cacao's invading. It's a tie. Comes in now as well. Swaps out there with a fish as well. Good ball there from Rookie, but doesn't quite find a juicy enough shockwave target.
Yeah, so you see the Alistair rotating across as well. Kitty's helping his team card away, but in the end, red buff is stolen away. So last, 4 buffs being taken off Hetong in the mid lane and not having a great time in the jungle right now.
It was going to be rough already. He's a mid laner moving to the jungle for this game again for whatever reason. We still don't know the reason why Vici have turned their lineups upside down, but they're going to go into the dragon, try and take it away. Dandy smite's pretty good, and he does have it up. Hetong has his as well. This will be Vici's dragon.
Yeah, so they'll secure it. They knew the timing of the blue buff from that red buff, from the pink ward that they had on it. So in the end, they're able to time that well enough to be able to pick up the first dragon of the game. Didn't look like IG were too bothered about it. But Blade of the Ruined King's being picked up by Endless. And now, all of a sudden, Sivir needs to be careful. You see, sent to the mid lane to start wave clearing because realistically, can't 1v1 that Vayne anymore.
No, just wants to dodge the matchup here. And this is why people seem to like picking Vayne into Sivir, despite the difficulties that Vayne can have in just in fighting, honestly. I mean, it's hard to build a team comp around her, despite the lane matchup being decent, especially from this point onwards. But Endless going to get chased out, actually, as Cacao's down here in the bottom lane, rotates back.
Yeah, Hetong goes down there and tries to help out Endless, and Zatai, with those with the red buff, starting to bully Dandy a little bit. Turret dive looking a little bit more promising.
I mean, solo maybe. Zatai would do it. I don't know if it'd be successful, but he's actually getting the turret worn down there as well. So Tong comes down, fires Kitties. Mata's going to try and combo in as well, but the Tornado might keep him safe. Kitties just out of range. Mata finds it in there with the flash. Endless comes through. Needs one more auto. Heals in Rookie. Able to save him. No, not quite enough as Endless gets another kill.
Yeah, teleport burnt from Dandy there. That was a little bit over-aggressive, trying to see if he could get anything on the back end. That will mean Zatai picks up a turret. So Dandy, unfortunately, kind of nullifying the advantage his team just got. But Bane getting going, that's never going to be a bad thing for Vici Gaming.
Not at all. And Endless, who's had, I believe, a couple of end games already in the split, having a good start to this one here as well. And Kid, again, even very consistent here on the Sivir. Doesn't quite have the Infinity Edge yet. Still getting going and is, again, trying to avoid Endless at every cost at this point.
Yeah, certainly just doesn't want to have to run into the 1v1. Happy to wave clear against him, certainly, as the tie. He goes back with Dandy creeping into the lane. Smart move here from Dandy, actually going some magic resist. Even AD Fizz does a lot of magic damage. His W is really annoying as you get lower in health. Damage amplification coming through on all of his abilities as well. They're just all magic, so being able to pick up some HP and magic resist will help you out against those pesky AD Fizzes up in the top lane.
Yeah, and Dandy going a bit more, taking it slower with his build and knows that he's a bit behind. Needs to go the tank route first so he can be effective in the mid game and then eventually build towards that Trinity Force and be the real terror that late game Hecarim can be.
Yeah, well, this seems to be the pattern when you go Smite. You go triple defensive items. You generally go your Cinderhulk into maybe a Frozen Heart or a Randuin's Omen as well as your Spirit Visage before you're able to build into that Trinity Force, whereas if you go Ignite, you go straight Trinity Force. So you kind of give it away in Champion Select which one it is going to be. And I honestly think the persistent damage that comes out of Cinderhulk, the W, and all the Q spamming is a little bit higher than Trinity Force. The burst damage is good, though.
It is indeed, as Kitties gets caught there by Mata. Kakao going to come in as well. Who's catching who as Mata's forced to use his ulti. Kakao, though, so sticky on this Gragas, but Endless pops his ulti. He's posturing aggressively.
Whoa.
Kid gets a crit with his Infinity Edge, and Kakao finds a knock-up. Endless is dead here by the looks of things, and does go down to Kid. You can see Zatai is TP'd in there as well. The double happens there for Kid as Mata can't get out of the way of the Boomerang Blade, and Dragon's not back, but IG going to look to push their advantage.
Yeah, Dragon's not back just yet. It's about 3 minutes off there, and in the end, they're looking to maybe go for a turret dive or just clear out all the vision in the top, bottom side of the jungle for Vici. And all of a sudden, that one crit turned the team fight on its head. Kid absolutely destroyed the Vayne.
I mean, had the Avarice Blade had finished the Infinity Edge, maybe needed one extra auto if the crit didn't happen, but Kid doing respectable damage and Endless outnumbered in that situation. A little too aggressive like we've seen Vayne be time and time again, and they're gonna lose the turret as well.
Yeah, so in the end, turret falls down. Now mid-turret under fire as well. Rookie shoving that one in aggressive with some support from Kitties and Kakao. So all the outers going down, and Invictus Gaming looking very strong against what is a very strange team fielded by Vici.
Yeah, I mean, again, not too sure on the reason why, but Dandy's in the top lane here on the Hecarim. Going to look to take the turret away. Should get it based on the current map movement and no teleport being available. Will be able to take that away. Traded it for some pressure on the tier 2, but couldn't get it, so not a bad trade at all. But the mid turret did fall down as well, so IG find themselves 3-2 up in turrets, equal on dragons, and 6-3 up in kills to the tune of about 4,000 gold ahead. Yeah,
so they're able to build a small lead, which means that there's completed. Wow.
Good shockwave there onto Swan, just takes him out with a dissonance. Rookie, a sniper today with these shockwaves.
Yeah, so able to get in there, increase his score to 4-1-0. Kakao takes away another buff. Red again going across to the jungler for Invictus Gaming, and he's been relentless in his counter jungling this game.
And you can see where the gold lead's really coming from, because you look up at the scoreboard and it doesn't seem like there's that much between all of these players, but you can see Kakao in the jungle almost 1,500 gold ahead, and this is what I was expecting. Kakao bullies the world's best junglers at the best of times here. Hetong, clearly a sub-jungler coming in for the team. Kakao is always going to stick it to him.
Oh, wow. Mata gets chunked.
Yeah, Rookie's doing real good damage right now with the early aggressive items that he has. And he's chasing it. He wants it. He gets it. Mata had his ultimate, but didn't think he'd die.
Yeah, exactly right. Just underestimated the damage that was coming through with Zatai. This is a thing that this weird Fizz build does with the poison, although he's getting ganked now. With the poison and the ability to consistently auto-attack, he whittles you down to very low health. And then the execute damage of W starts coming in, and it stacks up really quickly.
And you can see as well, he's sort of getting pot shots on the turret, playful trickstering away when he feels like he's in trouble. Like, Annoying is a good word to describe it. That's exactly what it does, but fairly effective for Zatai. Looks to be split pushing at the moment, but we've seen he can team fight with it as well.
Yeah, certainly can. He's gone for another cloth armor here, so maybe going towards a Randuin's Omen because of all the AD damage that is coming through. You would think that he'll move towards a Trinity Force at some stage of the game, but right now he's really tanky and going to be difficult to deal with.
Yeah, Frozen Heart there. Max CDR now completed as well, of course, with the Ionian Boots of Lucidity complete there as well. So if they want to fight, it's not a bad time, especially since the Dragon just spawned.
Yeah, exactly right. Mata going in, got caught again.
Mata forced to pop his ulti early, headbutts Cacao back, but Rookie trying to line up a Shockwave. Kid actually getting aggressed on, gets the Chains of Corruption down, but the Shockwave, oh, it missed, but Zatai gonna dive in. He's on top of Shuang, gonna take him out. Now chasing it onto Endless. Cacao flash body slams there as well. Rookie cleans up despite the missed ulti. Dandy is dead as well, and IG win a team fight 4-1, and Mata gonna get taken out. Great ult by Cacao, gonna make it an ace.
And Mata just laughing there. He's going to be burnt to death. No, Zatai does auto attack him. In the end, they will be able to clean up the ace. Maybe turn their eyes towards a Baron. With 20-second death timers on the majority of the team, Fizz does a lot of damage to Baron, not to mention the fact that there is Kid and Rookie still available. They'll be able to pick this one up.
Plenty of damage, and Cacao has plenty of health to tank it up as well, so Baron is going to fall here to IG as well.
Ooh, they need to be careful. Hetong's coming in, and Dandy will be up in 3 seconds.
It actually is rushing in. Hetong going to try and make a steal out of it. Doesn't get there in time. Dandy stolen a lot of Barons in his life, but not going to be there to at least attempt it. He's probably sad about that.
Yeah, he cancelled the teleport, was going to come in, saw that they'd finished it up already. So in the end, he backs away, all of a sudden pings onto Dragon coming through. IG probably going to have to give that one up, although Cacao looks like he still wants to go in.
I mean, IG have really been fighting heavily here in this game, and you can see the advantage that they've gotten. I think I'm starting to figure out why EDG love to do Baron as often as they do, because IG just catapulted themselves to 10,000 gold ahead. Okay, sure, they're going to lose a Dragon here, but they're going to go back in by the looks of things. Mata caught again here on the Asta. Amazing ult there by Cacao to move 2 people back in, and they'll just keep chasing. Mata's already dead. Zatai never stops chasing. Someone flashes, and that just leaves Hetong to the fishes there as Rookie wants to even line up a Shockwave if he can, but Zatai going to dive in there, gets the next kill. IG still going as Kid pops his ulti. Rookie gets slowed down. Can't quite find the Shockwave, but IG 2 kills and a Baron. They are on top of Vici.
Yeah, the turrets in the end, they're slow just too much for Rookie to get into range. He didn't have his flash available, otherwise you would have thought he would go for it. I was actually waiting for him to try and cleanse the slow because he really wanted those 2 kills. In the end, they just grab a couple of kills for themselves. They're able to defend, don't pick up the Dragon for themselves, but Baron now pushing in, going to be able to get some work done on these inners.
I don't know if I can think... Oh, Dandy, you actually might have to be careful. Loses the Raptor. I thought it was going to get Shockwave, to be honest, but Rookie decided not to pull the trigger. Cacao gets the 16th blue buff in a row here in this game. He really has been on top of the jungle.
Yeah, and Hetong wants to go back to mid lane because he gets more blue buffs than he does than in the jungle right now. He's just not getting anything in his favor. And they're going to be able to back away right now. They're all about to hit level 16 on the side of IG, and they are just ridiculously strong. Death cap now done for Rookie.
Yeah, 12,000 gold ahead or so at this stage. Rookie finishes like another aggressive item in the death cap. Kitty's going to kite away though. I actually love the Jana pick against the Alistar Rek'Sai Hecarim style of champion, so credit for Kitty's to picking up a disengaged support once again, but Rookie really been the star here along with his old mate Cacao. 6-1 and 5 on Orianna. Seraph's now completed. Cacao's ults have been fantastic, and sure, Zatai's look good, Kid look fine, Kitty's look good as well. I mean, Zatai going to keep it on Dandy. Might even go for the tower dive as he lands the ulti. Dandy with a decent ulti. Exhaust down for Mata, but Zatai getting it out. Amazing headbutt there from Mata. Pulverize going to try and secure it. Zatai will fall down, but it was close.
Yeah, it certainly was close. In the... Oh!
Cacao looks in. Once again, Dandy does take him out. Ults Mata, because why not? And a 1-for-1 trade in the end.
Yeah, this is a funny game coming through. Mata not having any fun at all, though.
No, he's not. I mean, he's been laughing a bit, but I think he's hiding the status. Whoa! Flash Shockwave destroys Endless. Rookie wants to make the highlight reels today.
Yeah, that was a good play. He's going to pick up the double.
Really nice double. Cleanses the ult. Schwan going to maybe be the third. Rookie does disgusting damage. And this Orianna... Godv, you may not win the best Orianna award today because Rookie is impressing.
Yeah, he certainly is. In the end, Kid able to take down a couple of turrets for himself. Surrender votes comes through.
Yep.
And IG looked pretty impressive.
The flash ult boomerang blade run past the turret can only mean one thing for Kid, and that's victory for IG, and Rookie looks fairly pleased with himself.
Yeah, you can see him bouncing around with a slight smirk on his face right there, but that was a pretty lopsided event after what was a misplayed try and defend of a blue buff invade coming through for Vici Gaming. But Dandy, I'm going to give credit where credit's due. Did all right in the top lane.
He did. He held his own there, and unfortunately the same could not be said for the Schwan, the sub-mid laner coming in for Vici again. No idea why Vici have done crazy things to the roster. Don't know if it'll be different coming into game number 2. I guess we'll have to find out soon, but we have a replay from that last game, and I can't wait.
Yeah, so let's check it out here. This is a rookie play, so all right, let's walk ourselves through it right here. Hatong aggresses onto him because he sees Rookie trying to take out his tunnel. So if we can roll out the replay, Rookie tries to take out the tunnel. He gets aggressed on. He hula hoops himself and then flashes the wall for an attack move and dissonance combo. From there, he's able to continue to walk that clockwork wind up. Cacao comes in for a body slam. He takes him out, and then he uses the Seraph shield and the cleanse here, I believe, to be able to keep himself relatively healthy whilst tanking the turret up. Cacao able to pick up the 3rd kill, which probably should have been Rookie's triple. But very impressive mechanics.
And you know what? Cacao and Rookie back at it again. Feels like good old times for these guys. We're having a lot of fun with that game. But Cacao, always in the enemy jungle, making flashy plays with Flash. Rookie doing exactly the same thing. Apparently, he can also cancel some animations with that spell. Really fun stuff from both sides. But the KT duo come up big once again.
Yeah, they certainly did. Cacao, I don't think died in that game, was really impressive on the Gragas. That just needs to be banned away. When Nidalee was top priority, it was getting bans. And now the Gragas is up there. He's just a really good jungler.
He looks good there, and Vici a little bit scattered there with their lineup, kind of in shambles, but we'll see what they deliver next game. Is the Dandy Rumble going to be upon us? We'll find out soon.